The first year I was on the Labrador, I went to the Remembrance Day ceremony on the 11th of November, just as I had done every single year since I've lived on this planet. And I joined the rest of the community in front of the Royal Canadian Legion. There was a field in front of the Legion with the monument, and on one side of the field were the officers. I stood on the opposite side, where the ranks were standing, at attention. At the top end of the field stood the ranks of the Canadian Armed Forces, and at the bottom, the RAF, and smack dab in the middle was the Luftwaffe. And the thought came to me, we were there because not that long ago, really, our respective ancestors were not seeing eye to eye. And indeed, the reason that the base exists there to this day is because of World War II. And yet, there we were, knee-deep in snow, trying to make sense of it all, and promising never to forget. Poppies may blow in Flanders fields, but that day snow blew in a field, and tears flowed. Remembrance is not about glorifying war. As a child, I would see all these men, and they were men in my day when I was a child, marching past, some gray, some with sticks, some in chairs, and I would cry. I didn't know why at the time, but as I grew older, I did. For they spoke of a generation and of generations who knew the best of times and the worst of times. They witnessed to the truth that life is both precious and precarious. It is beautiful and it is fragile. And so remembrance actually is a call to care for life. Even as we promise that we will never forget those who could not stand in a field in Labrador or march past in my childhood in my hometown in Carbonear, nor indeed in the cenotaph in London, we promise that we will care for those who do. And we promise that we will find a way to figure out how to live together on this planet in peace, so that swords will indeed be beaten into plowshares. And as I reflect on all of this, I remember the words of my uncle, a fighter pilot, who influenced me on my remembrance journey as a young child. He once said this to me: there is more honor and glory to be had in an ice hockey match than in a war. Those words had a profound impact on me as a child, and they still do. You see, remembrance is more about honoring. It's about honoring and respecting the dead and the living. It is about calling to mind that all life is sacred and worthy of respect. It is about us as a people saying, we are sorry that we haven't quite figured this out yet, and promise that we will continue to try and figure it out until we finally do. And seems to me that that would truly be a living memorial and a living promise to not only forget, but to live justice and righteousness and love and hope and joy and peace. May we live the words that we say. God bless you.